Have you ever wondered what it takes to become a star, especially when your entire world is designed to hold you back? Today, we're diving deep into the story of a true cinematic survivor, a woman who clawed her way from a life of religious oppression to the dazzling lights of Hollywood. This is the incredible, blood-soaked journey of Maxine Minx. Our story begins around 1953 in rural Texas, where a young girl named Maxine Miller was born. She wasn't raised in a typical loving home. Maxine was the only child of Ernest Miller, a strict, overbearing evangelical preacher. Her childhood was a suffocating environment of rigid rules and fire and brimstone sermons. Individuality was a sin, and obedience was the only path to salvation. But even in this oppressive world, a tiny spark of rebellion flickered within Maxine. While her father preached from the pulpit, she dreamed of a different kind of stage, one where she was the main attraction, a star adored by millions. For years, she played the part of the dutiful daughter, but the desire for freedom grew stronger with each passing day. Finally, as a young woman, Maxine made the terrifying decision to run. She left her father, her home, and everything she had ever known behind, escaping to the bustling city of Houston. It was there, in a smoky cocktail bar called the Bayou Burlesque, that Maxine Miller died and Maxine Minx was born. She reinvented herself, embracing a confidence and sensuality that had been suppressed for her entire life. It was at this bar she met a man named Wayne Gilroy, a small-time producer who saw her star potential. He encouraged her dreams of fame and introduced her to the world of adult filmmaking, promising it was a stepping stone to legitimate Hollywood roles. For a girl with nothing but ambition, it was an offer she couldn't refuse. The year is 1979. America is struggling through economic hardship, and the promise of fame feels both closer and further away than ever. Maxine joins Wayne and a small film crew as they travel to a remote farm in the heart of Texas. Their goal, to shoot an adult film called The Farmer's Daughter. Maxine, with her fierce ambition and unapologetic drive, is the star of the show. She's confident, she knows what she wants, and she's not afraid to do whatever it takes to get it. This puts her in stark contrast to the farm's elderly owners, Howard and Pearl Douglas. Pearl, in particular, is a haunting figure. Frail and filled with regret, she sees in Maxine a reflection of her own long-lost youth and unfulfilled dreams of being a dancer. But this reflection doesn't inspire nostalgia, it triggers a deep, bitter jealousy. Pearl sees Maxine's freedom, her beauty, and her unapologetic sexuality not as something to admire, but as a personal affront. This resentment quickly curdles into a violent rage. The idyllic farm becomes a slaughterhouse. One by one, the film crew is brutally murdered by the deranged couple. The dream of stardom turns into a desperate fight for survival. As chaos erupts, Maxine is the last one standing. In a brutal, final confrontation, she faces off against Pearl. This isn't just a fight for her life. It's a symbolic battle against everything that has ever held her back. In Pearl, Maxine sees the judgment, the repression, and the bitterness of a life and lived a terrifying mirror of what she could become if she ever gave up. By killing Pearl, she's not just ending a threat, she's crushing the ghost of her past. As she stands over her defeated foe and escapes the farm, she declares her survival an act of divine intervention, a twisted echo of her father's sermons. She is the final girl, the sole survivor, and her story is just beginning. With the horrors of the farm behind her, Maxine heads west, straight to the epicenter of dreams, Los Angeles. The 1980s are in full swing, and the home video boom is creating a new generation of stars. Maxine dives headfirst into the adult film industry, building a successful career and a name for herself. She's living the life she always wanted, but the past has a funny way of catching up with you. A private investigator starts digging into the Texas massacre, and a mysterious figure begins blackmailing her, threatening to expose her role in the farmer's daughter and ruin everything she has built. As if that wasn't enough, a new terror emerges. A killer known as the Night Stalker is targeting people in her circle, leaving a trail of bodies and cryptic religious messages. The violence feels hauntingly familiar, and soon Maxine uncovers a horrifying truth. The killer is not a stranger. It's her own father, Ernest Miller. He tracked her to Los Angeles, determined to save her soul by destroying her new life and everyone in it. He believes he is on a holy mission to cleanse her of her sins, even if it means killing her. This sets the stage for the ultimate confrontation. Maxine must once again face the very source of her trauma. In a fiery, life-or-death struggle, she confronts Ernest. But this time, she's no longer the scared girl from Texas. She has been forged in violence and survival. She turns her father's own religious rhetoric against him, reclaiming his words of damnation and twisting them into a powerful mantra of self-empowerment and survival. In the end, she kills him, severing the final tie to her oppressive past. She's not just a survivor anymore, she's a conqueror. By 1985, Maxine Minx has finally achieved her ultimate dream. She auditions for and lands a leading role in a mainstream Hollywood horror movie, The Puritan 2. She has successfully transitioned from the fringes of the industry to the heart of it. She stands in the spotlight, not as a victim defined by her trauma, but as a star who took control of her own narrative. She has fully embraced her identity, a complex mix of ambition, resilience, and the darkness she had to overcome. Maxine's journey is a powerful story of reinvention. Think about it, she stands in stark contrast to Pearl. Both women dreamed of stardom, but their paths diverged dramatically. Pearl was consumed by bitterness and regret, trapped by her circumstances and her inability to move on. She became a monster. Maxine, on the other hand, faced unimaginable horror and refused to be broken by it. She adapted, she fought, and she constantly moved forward. Though haunted by the violence that shaped her, she never let it define her. She chose ambition over despair, control over victimhood, and, above all, survival. Maxine Minx isn't just a character. She's a testament to the idea that you can rewrite your own story, no matter how dark the beginning. Thank you so much for watching. What do you think of Maxine's journey? Is she a hero, an anti-hero, or something else entirely? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more stories from the world of cinema. See you next time.